Hi, today we're going to learn how to use VPN to stay secure and private online. Wow, this is a tough job. Just kidding. When you use NordVPN, all it takes is just a single click. See for yourself. Click, and you're browsing securely on public Wi-Fi. Click, your ISP can't see what you do online. Click, and you're in a different country. Well, virtually. Any device you have there, NordVPN has you covered. Everything else is just details. But if you care to know more, NordVPN has more than 5,000 servers all over the world. It protects your sensitive data with advanced encryption, shields you from malware and phishing sites, and keeps no logs of your online activity.
Click link in the description and get 68% discount for your first order. Making a basic mirror. Remove the glass panel from a picture frame. Choose a picture frame with a design that you like. Flip the frame over and remove the back panel. Discard any paper inserts, then remove the glass panel. Save the cardboard backing from the frame, however, you will need it to put everything back together. Clean the glass panel with rubbing alcohol. Dampen a soft cloth or paper towel with rubbing alcohol, then wipe it over both sides of the glass. This is important because it will remove any oils that may prevent the paint from sticking. Handle the glass panel by the edges from now on to avoid getting fingerprints on it. Set the glass panel down in a well-ventilated area. It would be best if you worked outdoors, but a large room with open windows would also work. Place something under the glass to protect your work surface, such as newspaper or a cheap plastic tablecloth. Consider propping the glass up on some cans that are all the same height. This will prevent the paint from leaking under the glass. Don't use regular silver spray paint, even if the cap looks shiny. It is not the same thing and it will not work. Apply 5 light coats of paint, allowing each one to dry. Hold the can 8 to 10 inches 20 to 25 cm away from the glass. Apply a light coat of spray paint, using a side-to-side sweeping motion. Wait about 1 minute for it to dry, then apply a second coat. Keep repeating this step until the glass turns opaque. You'll need about 5 coats total. Hold your hand under the glass to check its transparency. If you can see your hand, it is not opaque enough. It is better to apply many thin coats of paint rather than 1 or 2 thick coats. It will take longer, but the finish will be nicer. You are only applying paint to one side of the glass panel, not both. Allow the paint to dry completely. How long this takes depends on the area that you live in. The cooler it is, the longer it will take to dry. In general, however, expect to wait about 10 minutes. Insert the glass into the frame, with the painted side facing you. Place the frame face down on the table, then set the glass panel inside. Make sure that the unpainted side is facing down and the painted side is facing up. This way, when you flip the frame over, the paint will show through the glass. The glass will protect it from getting chipped or scratched. Close the frame, then flip it over. Insert the back panel that you removed earlier back into the frame. Slide the hooks into place so that it does not fall out, then flip the frame over. Your mirror is now ready to use. Making a haunted mirror. Take apart a picture frame. Remove the back panel from the frame, then discard any paper that you find inside. Keep the frame, back panel, and glass panel separate. For best results, use an ornate frame. Don't worry about the color, however, you can always paint it. This method is similar to the basic mirror method, except that it has a spooky twist, a haunted face caught inside the glass. Paint the frame, if desired. Since this will be a haunted mirror, you might as well crank up the spook factor. Shake the can first, then hold it 8 to 10 inches 20 to 25 cm away from the frame. Apply 2 thin coats of paint, allowing each one to dry. Set the frame aside so that it can dry completely. Be sure to work in a well-ventilated area, preferably outside. Black paint will look the best, but you can use other colors as well. If the frame is still not spooky enough, hot glue some fake spiders to it. Black, purple, or blood red rhinestones will also give it a spooky feel. Clean the glass panel using rubbing alcohol. Soak a paper towel or soft cloth with rubbing alcohol, then use it to wipe down both sides of the glass panel. Handle the glass panel by the side edges from now on, otherwise you may get fingerprints or oils over it, which can prevent the paint from sticking. Find a spooky black and white portrait with a dark background. Old Victorian photographs work especially well. You can also print out a photo of a ghoul, zombie, or skeleton. You want it to look like the person in the photo is inside the mirror, so choose wisely. The image needs to be smaller than your glass panel. Print 2 copies of the image, with one of them being reversed. Print out the image first. Next, download it to an image editing program. Select the image, then use the editing tool to flip the image to the left or right. Print out the second image when you are done. Most computers come with a free image editing program, such as Paint for Windows. You can also use an image editing website. Tape the reversed image to the glass panel. Set the glass panel over the image, then secure the paper to the edges with tape. You will be painting only part of the glass panel. The part that you leave bare will allow the spooky image to show through. Taping the reversed image to the glass will help you know which parts to leave bare. Flip the glass panel over and apply a thin coat of mirror effect spray paint. Turn the glass over so that the taped image is on the back. Apply a single light coat of mirror effect spray paint over the entire glass panel. Hold the can 8 to 10 inches 20 to 25 cm away from the glass and use a side-to-side sweeping motion. You should still see the image through it. This step will give a mirror-like sheen to your image. If your image is very dark, the light coat may darken it even more. In this case, skip this step and move on to the next. You must use mirror effect or mirror finish spray paint. It will say so on the label. Do not use regular silver spray paint. Even if the cap is shiny, it will not work. Apply more thin coats of mirror paint around the image. Decide which parts of the image you want to show up in the mirror, the entire face or just the screaming mouth. What about a grabbing hand? Spray the glass panel, taking care to avoid these areas. Allow each coat to dry for 1 minute before applying the next one. Plan on using about 5 thin coats total. Make sure that you cover enough of the glass panel so that it will still look like a mirror from the front. Don't worry if you overlap some areas that you meant to leave bare. This will make the mirror look more realistic. Allow the paint to dry completely before removing the taped image. How long the paint takes to dry depends on where you live. The warmer it is, the faster it will dry. Once the paint has dried, flip the glass over and remove the taped image. Discard the image so that you don't get it mixed up with the right one in the next step. The paint will take about 1 hour to dry completely. Set the glass panel into the frame, paint it side up. Flip the frame over so that the inside is facing you. Set the glass panel down into the frame with the painted side facing you. This is very important. Don't worry, the paint will show through the glass in the end. The glass will protect the paint and make it shinier. Insert the spooky image face down, then close the frame. Set the spooky image face down on top of the painted glass. Make sure that it is oriented the right way, then place the frame's back panel on top. Slide the hooks back into place. If the image is not oriented the right way, then the parts you wanted to show through may end up being covered by paint. Use the frame as part of your decor. Flip the frame over and hang it up or stand it up on a table. The paint and the image will show through the glass. The paint will make it reflective, just like a real mirror, but the spooky image will peek through the patches that you left bare. Drape a fake cobweb over a corner, then attach the other end of the cobweb to the wall behind the frame or the edge of the table.